Okay, all right. Well, let's welcome Nathan here to the summit, Nathan Dart. So thanks a lot for being here.
My pleasure, Mario. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, it's good to have you. I'm glad that you're a part of this, and you're kind of part of my DC contingent. Talking to a couple of realtors in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And I'm not sure if you know this, but I was born in DC, so I have a special affinity for your area.
Oh, very good. Very good. Well, we miss you out here.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll come back. So
there you go. Well, it sounds like you got some good options with agents out here, from what I understand.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm lucky. So like we talked about before, you're just going to kind of share 3 tips on how to help a realtor improve their business. It's like we're having a cup of coffee, and you'll go through your tips. I might have a question here or there, but I'll kind of let you roll with it. At the end, I do have a bonus question, very easy, that I'll ask, and then we'll kind of wrap up. So I'll let you kind of roll with it with your first tip.
Sure, sure. Well, I want to, and not knowing really who's in the audience, it's important that we try to cover all the bases. And I can tell you the biggest and best tip that I received when I first got started in this business was that anybody can be great at this business, especially with persistence and follow-up. Right? Regardless of what we know or what we know about the business or that we specialize in the area or what have you, if you can be persistent with the follow-up, persistent with getting back to people when they ask you to do something, or with any questions that they may have, they're going to see that. And they're going to see that you're going to be willing to work harder for them than anybody else that's out there. So just to be able to have the advantage of persistence and follow-up can overcome any challenges you'd be faced with lack of knowledge or experience. So as a new agent, and I run a team myself, that's one thing that we talk about on a regular basis, is you've got to be persistent. You've got to continue up with the follow-up, because if you don't, you show your cards a little too early, and that's counterproductive. So persistence and follow-up, I think, would be the first thing that I want to consider. And that's something that is consistent not only for new agents, but also experienced agents, because a lot of times you find experienced agents have a tendency to get a little complacent, where to the point where they feel that, they've earned the right just to have the business given to them. And unfortunately, no matter what experience level we're at, we've never earned the right that it should be just given to us. We always have to continue with our persistence and our follow-up, and obviously represent our clients.
So do you have like a system or anything in place that you use to kind of manage the persistence and the follow-up? Because I do feel that some of us as agents, we kind of fly by the seat of our pants, and we're not really structured. But I think your point is well taken. You definitely want to be, diligent in your follow-up.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, back in 2008, I've been in the business since 2002, but I'm second generation in the business. So I've been around this game for a long time. And what I've found is, most agents, as you said, fly by the seat of their pants. And from that, they see a lot of the peaks and the valleys, where they run to get these deals closed. And while they're running and getting these deals closed, they forgot to prospect. So what I found to really kind of even things out a little bit, and I saw my business increase as soon as I implemented it by 25%, was when I implemented a CRM. Now, there's a lot of different CRMs that are out there. I personally use something called Property Base. It's on the foundation of that of Salesforce. It forces me to always create a follow-up. So for any lead that I close or for any contact that I make, my system forces it, because we wrote it to do that, forces to create a follow-up task. So that's where we, for myself and for anybody else on my team, they're forced to have to do that.
Okay. Yeah. So let's make sure we trade that link so I can put it up on your speaker page. It's called what's it called?
Property Base.
Property Base.
It's created a workflow for real estate. Now with Salesforce, just to understand, I used Salesforce to start. It just didn't have the workflow for real estate. If I was to go back and do it again, there's a lot of great systems that are out there, but I was so heavily invested in that, or the foundation of Salesforce and that platform, that I really couldn't move from it. But I know there's a number of different CRMs that are out there. One in particular, something called Exact Contact, is another very good one. If I was starting fresh, it'd be something I'd consider.
Okay, good. Yeah, I know there's a lot of them out there, so just kind of curious. Okay, so that's a good tip. So what is your second tip?
Second tip is eliminating distractions. Okay, this is something that really, this is going to be the difference between either making it or not making it. And this transcends amongst all different career paths, not only with real estate, but with anything that you do. I think the difference between being the great agent that you potentially could be and just a mediocre one is the ones that can eliminate the most distractions. The ones that have true, just laser focus on what have to do on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual basis are the ones that are going to be truly successful. The ones that can eliminate the distractions of that of, whatever, Facebook or, the emails that are coming in or the phone calls that are coming in, you're never going to truly be focused. Trying to identify what are the top 3 things that you need to be focused on in any given day. Who are you as a person? Where do you want to take your business to? Now, this is something I reflect on quite a bit, certainly within my team. I know my top 3 is different from my operation manager's top 3. It's different than my client care's top 3. It's going to be different from my buyer specialist top 3 and my listing specialist top 3. We all have to identify our top 3 and understanding that those things are the things that we'll have to complete in any given day. For me, as being the team leader, my top 3, it's easy. I have to generate leads on a consistent basis for that of my team. Secondly, I have to be there to motivate and inspire my team. Because if I'm not there to coach them and hold them accountable and inspire them to do things bigger than what they're doing right now, then I'm of no use to that of my team members. And then third, right now, I'm still going on listing appointments. So for me, I still have to conduct those listing appointments, which we do. So for me, those are my clear top 3, and I have the other agents identify what those top 3s are as well. But a big part of eliminating those distractions is creating, a foundation for your day. I like to look at it as a way of saying I'm bookmarking my day. By bookmarking my day, I start my day in one particular way and end my day in one particular way. And I know if I can continue to maintain that, it allows me to more or less create the rudder for my day. Because if I don't get the opportunity to be able to wake up early in the morning, read something that's motivational or inspiring for me at that time, spend that time writing in my journal and going off to the gym, if I don't have that in the morning, my day's all out of whack. Same thing if I can't go home to have dinner with my family, put my kid to bed and read them before I go to bed. It's just I'm all about balance. Things are going to happen throughout any given day, but to be able to have a strong, way of bookmarking your day, I think it's been very important for me.
So when you say bookmarking, because I've heard this before, so do you actually put it into your schedule and you actually schedule activities in your day to make sure that you do what you need to do?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, it's something I haven't had. I started having to schedule that, yes, but now it's become a habit. And it's a habit that I have embraced and I have to fulfill. It's just been part of what I do. I've been very fortunate that I've been coached, obviously, through my career. When tip number 3 is going to be easy, it's going to be coaching. But my coach has always instilled that you have to bookmark my day because given that it's a mental mindset, more or less, is what's created when bookmarking your day. We've all had great years. We've had years that aren't so good. We've had good months and bad months and everything else. But what you want to do is reflect as you're having those good months. What is it you did? How was your day set up? What did you do those mornings? What did you do those evenings? What were you doing during the day that separated from the bad months? And in recalling what it is that worked well during those months is how I bookmark my day. So yes, it's for me, I look at it and break it down. There was a speaker and author, Darren Hardy. He wrote a book called The Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster. He talks about his jam sessions. And he focuses on 90-minute jam sessions. And for him, he likes to focus on at least 3 jam sessions a day. This is something I've strived to do as well. I have my jam session in the morning for the first 90 minutes, and how I have my morning is the same every single morning. Also in the day, when I get to the office, I have at 9:30 until 11 o'clock is my other jam session, which is my prospecting time. And then from there, we move on to the next jam session and the next. So I'm always blocking my time. For me and my personality, I'm not a guy that's going to be able to adjust my schedule every single minute, but I'm certainly very good at doing it within blocks of time. And during those blocks of time, I'm eliminating those distractions, as I mentioned before, to the point where even if you're calling me on my cell phone, I'm not going to be the one to answer it. I'm going to be the one that's going to listen to the voicemail and then respond to it, never coming to a place of being reactive to those phone calls.
So, talking to you, I could see you're very focused, and I could see, you're very motivated in what you're doing. So why are you doing what you're doing? I mean, do you have goals that kind of force you to have that focus?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you said it. I'm passionate about what it is I do. I think
Okay, we love technology, so we're back here. So Nathan's going to pick it up where he was talking about why he's so focused.
Yeah, I mean, you have to find your passion, and we're all going to have variations of success, obviously, in our business. And we hit those plateaus and we hit those destinations. You have to ask yourself, is that it? And what you realize that maybe it wasn't the destination, it was as exciting as what you thought it would be. It was actually the journey itself that made it so much fun. So for me, whenever I hit those destinations, which I strive to do, that's why we have goals. We strive to goals so they can be met and we can beat them and move forward. But for me, what I found was the most exciting part was the growth. And in finding the growth and finding the passion, I really had to break it down to 4 different areas. One was, what's my why? right? How am I doing it? What is it that I actually do on a daily basis? How do I do it? How do I feel that? What is it that I do? And then who do I do it for? These are the 4 different factors for me. And as I continue to grow in my business or whatever it is that I'm doing, I always have to break it down to these 4 different factors. My why is I want to help people that I surround myself with. If it's, if I'm working with my team, I want to help them. I truly want to help them where they struggle. Are they struggling in their business? Are they struggling in working with a particular client or getting themselves through a transaction? I want to help them through that. If I'm on, being interviewed by you, Mario, I want to be able to help the audience members in any way that I can, because people may have shared the same struggles that I've shared, but I want to truly help them. Then how do I do it? Well, I got to do it with high energy. I got to do it with integrity. I got to do it with honesty, loyalty, and most important, I have to be empathetic to the needs of the people that I'm helping, right? When I say empathetic, I heard this terminology, bear with me as I said it, but somebody told me to be empathetic, you have to be in bed with your clients. And I said, I don't know how that really works. Well, not literally, but what you have to do is you have to be, what are they thinking about before they go to bed, and what are they thinking when they wake up in the morning? How are you empathetic to their needs and what their struggles are? And there's a lot of truth to that in understanding where they are before and after before they go to bed and after they wake up. But then also, what is it that we do? Well, for me, I've made some notes here. I lead and inspire my team to what is possible for them to create, helping them build business that support the lives that they want to live. That's what I do. As a team leader, that's my purpose. That's what it is I do. But most importantly, is who I do it for. My who is my family. Who I do it for is my wife, Danielle, my son, Landon, and Gabriella, my daughter. We provide them with, my goal is to provide them with a platform so they can have the best opportunities possible. Like, to me, that's so very important. Now, when I identify those 4 different areas, you have to ask yourself, okay, well, if I do what I want to do because I want to help people, sometimes we're going to come across clients, sometimes we're going to cross team members or people, colleagues or whatever. They don't need our help or don't want our help or maybe don't appreciate our help. Well, these are things we do what we can do, but we can't do it for everybody. So this is where my passion comes from. If I didn't have that, then I'd be finding myself in a place of complacency, and that's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you went through that, because I think it's important to understand that you need that foundation. You go through, what you're trying to do, and you have that in your, you're thinking that every day, and that's what helps you maintain, hey, I got to get out there and make the calls. I got to get out there and help my people, and I got to do the work. So, thank you for going through that.
Absolutely. My pleasure. My pleasure. But the biggest tip, and you think I might be plugging my coach here because I believe he's going to be one of our speakers here, but I cannot recommend coaching any higher than what I do. I'm a product of coaching. I believe in it passionately. I started coaching in 2006, but when I started my real estate career in 2002, I started with Howard Britton. Some people may be familiar with Howard Britton. My father was a previous star with Howard Britton, so I know the importance of coaching. But then to have the one-on-one coach, which I've had since 2006 with Richard Robbins International, I'm very fortunate that Richard Robbins is actually my coach now. He's my personal coach. And for anybody that's getting started in the business or that's a veteran in the business, to have a coach to hold you accountable, to allow you to, track and measure and improve, obviously, where it is that your weaknesses are and where you need to excel on. And then really, like I said, to hold you accountable and to inspire you, to be at a place that they can stand at 50,000, 100,000 feet and say, okay, these are the things that you might have to adjust to really increase what it is that you're able to do. Revisiting why you do what you do and who do you do it for is something so critical. So I can't say enough about coaching. I would recommend Richard Robbins International very highly, but there's a lot of great coaches out there. You got to find the one that obviously fits your needs and fits what it is that you're looking to do. So coaching is something that I would highly, highly recommend.
So when you first started out, your first few years, looking back, what do you think your coach, how do they help you the most?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to build a business. And truly what it was to start is to build a business that created a life that I wanted to live. I came from, like I said, second generation real estate agent. My father was doing 80 to 90 transactions a year, and he's working 7 days a week, 14 hours a day. I didn't want to live my life that way. I'm married, have 2 kids now, and I'm so grateful for the sacrifices my dad made and my parents made to give us this platform, but there's different ways. So we did it differently. He helped me build a business, and he helped me build the team that allowed me to live the life that I wanted to live with accountability, but also to be fulfilled in what it is that I do. It's very fulfilling to be able to be a team leader and to know that I'm changing the lives of the people that are on my team and helping them build businesses that support the lives that they want to live. So, from the very beginning of helping with your sphere, 27-point touch systems and how to communicate with that of your past clients has been critical, to creating a business plan that's trackable and measurable and that you can always improve. But really just being there to somebody that I could, bounce ideas off of, and somebody that's a soundboard of all the top other agents in the marketplace as well, to know if I'm going the right direction.
Yeah, it's good that you talk about that. And Richard, he is a part of the summit, and he's the kind of the keynote speaker. So I've known Richard now about 1.5 years. He's a great guy. He gave a presentation in Denver. I'm here in the Denver area, and gave like a 90-minute presentation. And he was talking about video, and he was showing people who were really using video very well in their business. And you were the one that I remember. He showed a few of your videos. Can you talk a little bit about some of the videos that you've done? Because I'm a big proponent of YouTube videos and how you can connect with customers. Yeah. And I think the videos you did were amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, with videos, I'm a younger guy, so people automatically assume that I should be into social media and Twitter and Facebook and blogging and everything else. And to be honest, it's not my passion. That's just, I'd rather pick up the phone. I'd rather have a belly-to-belly conversation with that of a client. That's what I enjoy. But I knew I had to get in that arena. And I wasn't going to be the blogger, and I didn't feel comfortable somebody else being my voice as far as content. So I said, what is a better way? What's another way of being able to give my voice and present it to that of the marketplace and within social media? So then we started exercising video. I had a very good client and friend that did some work in LA and came back and was a little bored. We went out for a couple of beers and and said, well, what can we do? How can we make a contribution to that of our marketplace and doing something different? And so we created a number of different videos. One of the videos that we did was a testimonial video from my past clients, which was extremely powerful. I didn't really know how I was going to use it at the time, but now I find I use it all the time. I post it on Zillow. I post it on any time prior to I go to a listing appointment. The clients will then get a preview of who I am, but most importantly, the preview comes from that of my past clients. So it's not me speaking about myself. It's relying on my past clients and their experiences and sharing that. So the testimonial video has been huge. In addition to that, we've had a couple spoof videos that have been a lot of fun, and just the real estate market in general. Of course, none of the viewers that are on this call or in this summit would we have anything to be made fun of, but there are some agents in this industry that maybe a little less to be desired. But we had a lot of fun with it, and we've seen the viewership obviously increase significantly through the shares, and just it expanded our sphere. And we did it in a fun way. But yeah, those testimonial videos end up being one of the best things that we did, and we've used that a number of times. And Rich has shared that over a lot of different countries and a lot of different and I'm grateful that it's been able to help out a lot of people.
No, it's a good video because I like it. I mean, it is polished, so you could see your buddy helping you, yeah. But it's very down to earth, showing you with your family and your customers talking. I'll make sure to get the link, put it on your speaker page, because I'm a huge believer in video and what you did. And I like to see your spoof videos too, because those are always a lot of fun. And I know a lot of other realtors that do that. So I'm really, it's really cool to see what you're doing with the video.
Yeah, you gotta have fun with it. I mean, you mentioned, yes, it is very polished, and that's one thing. It can be intimidating. Sometimes people watch the videos and say, well, Nathan, that's too polished. I can't do something like that. It doesn't have to be polished. It's just, for me, that's just something that was important for me. I wanted to be consistent with my brand, and that's what we did. Now, there's a lot of different ways of doing it. You just have to be genuine. Don't make them canned. Don't script them. Be genuine, because people can see that. There was nothing that was scripted or canned from my videos. I was just being myself. I was being genuine. And I think that comes off in those videos, and that's what makes them so powerful.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I do my videos. I just do like a webcam like this. I got Mr. Penguin in the background, and I just talk, and that's all. It works, right? You could do it however way you want to do it.
Right, absolutely. Just do it is the key. Just stop finding excuses. Just do it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, that's all well and good. I mean, really good information. So I mentioned I do have a bonus question, so very easy. The summit's here. It's the middle of January 2016. So I want you to look back, 2015. Give me an accomplishment, a goal that you achieved, personal, business, something that you kind of, said, yeah, I did it, and you felt really good about it?
Yeah. Well, what we wanted to do is we wanted to grow a team. We wanted to grow a team that's going to take us to levels that we haven't been to before. 2014 was a bit of a struggle for me. I hit that wall of saying, is this it? Is this all that my business is going to be, that I'll continue to grow every year, which should be exciting. It was exciting, but I wasn't doing it the way I wanted to do it. And I had to kind of somewhat implode my team. And I started over. And I started hiring new people and really hiring people based on who they were, not necessarily what they're capable of doing, and building a culture. And this year we put some significant growth into the team. We added about 4 new agents to the team, also increased our management staff by 3 bodies. And these people, everybody has been wonderful. Everybody very supportive of the culture. We grew our business by 30% this year, which was phenomenal. And we're on track for next year. We're building out a business that we're going to take this to levels that we haven't seen before. And we're going to hope to see, our goal is, I look forward to having this conversation this time next year to let you know that we did it. We're looking to grow our business by 49% here in 2016. And I know and I believe that we will get that. And I'm very excited about what we're going to be able to accomplish. But we built that team. The team that's going to take us to 49%, we built this year in 2015. And that's what I'm excited about.
Well, that's great. That's great. Well, thank you, Nathan, for being here. You've been really, I really enjoy, talking to you. I love your passion. I love your energy. And I think that's the thing that a lot of us can take away watching this video. It's not as much what Nathan says, it's how he says it and the passion that you have. And I think that's so huge in being successful. So thank you for sharing today.
Thank you, Mario. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time, and it's going to be a great summit.